The ubiquitous Yin Yang symbol holds its roots in Taoism, a Chinese religion and philosophy which started from Lao Tzu and have been the major aspect of Chinese culture and traditions. The principle of Yin Yang is that all things exist as inseparable and contradictory opposites. For example, dark and light, old and young. The principle, dating from the 3rd century BCE or even earlier, is a fundamental concept in culture of the Chinese and some Asian countries in general. Yin and Yang, male and female, strong and weak, rigid and tender, heaven and earth, light and darkness, thunder and lightning, cold and warm, good and evil. The interplay of opposite principles constitutes the universe. Yin, the dark swirl, is associated with shadows, femininity, and the trough of a wave. Yang, the light swirl, represents brightness, passion, and growth. Without Yin Yang, nothing can be into existence. Although Taoism and the Tao Te Ching were not originally associated with the combination of black and white, this symbol represents the Taoists' belief, because the philosophy of Taoism embodies Yin Yang principle. 2 dots represent the seed of Yin within Yang and the seed of Yang within Yin, the idea that neither can exist without the other. Yin represents the origin and existence of Yang, and Yang does the same. Being opposite to each other, Yin and Yang are together forever. In Taoism, the Yin Yang classification suggests the idea that opposites are needed in order for harmony to exist, like we all need balance in our lives. Furthermore, let's take a closer look at the Yin Yang symbol. As we notice that the black and white portions of the symbol are equal to each other. The black doesn't get more space than the white, and white doesn't get more space than the black. They are equally important. Men being equated here with Yang are also associated with superiority, motion, and firmness, while women are coupled with Yin and so seen as inferior, still, and gentle. White half with the black dot represents the Yang, or masculine energy, while the black half with the white dot represents the Yin, or female energy. Dan Brown wrote in the Da Vinci Code, "The ancients envisioned their world in 2 halves, masculine and feminine. Their god and goddesses worked to keep a balance of power, Yin and Yang. When male and female were balanced, there was harmony in the world. When they were unbalanced, there was chaos." The major ideal characteristics or differences between Yin and Yang are as such. Yang, the male, is active, logic, sun, day, mountain, hot, energy, fire, superficial, discovered, and aware. Whereas Yin, the female, is passive, intuitive, moon, light, river, cold, matter, water, deep, hidden, and unconscious. Masculinity is a Yang aspect. It is aggressive and active, while pure femininity is the Yin aspect, passive and receptive. No person always completely embodies masculinity or femininity regardless of their gender identification. Even the most masculine people occasionally need to call on tenderness and receptivity, while even the most feminine person occasionally relies on aggressive and active action. In this way, the Yin and Yang flow through everyone and seek to provide balance and harmony to create a complete personality. Likewise, Yin and Yang both are needed within a person as well. Yin and Yang also apply to the human body. In traditional Chinese medicine, good health is directly related to the balance between Yin-Yang qualities within oneself. If Yin and Yang become unbalanced, one of the qualities is considered deficient. We experience a Yin-Yang cycle as every day the earth rotates by following its orbit. When day breaks, the Yang cycle begins as the sun rises, spreads energy, and warms the earth. In the daylight, everything wakes up. The sun hits the earth and people begin their activity of work, study, eating, playing, and meeting friends and relatives. Then earth rotates away from the sun and night falls. The Yin cycle begins and environment becomes calm and quiet. Plants, most of the animals, and people become more dominant. Visibility becomes poor and the active life cycle becomes passive. This allows for regeneration, reflection, and repair after a day of activity until the rotation of the earth begins towards the Yang cycle again. Similarly, Yin and Yang follow continuously each other. Yin and Yang, two halves that mutually form the wholeness, the mixing of the two energies make life possible. When life force energy is appropriately balanced between Yin and Yang, it flows smoothly, maintaining and promoting a good state of physical and emotional health. Both Yin and Yang are extremely necessary for the survival of the world. For instance, without day, there would be no light to grow our natural world, and entire system would starve. In the same manner, without dark, there would be no rest from the light, and the sun would be unable to spread light into another part of the world to make balance in Earth. Even the existence of moon would carry no value or meaning in such case. The beauty of sky like full of twinkling stars would never be experienced. Concept of the Yin Yang, the opposites dark and light exist together in a perfect balance that keeps our world in solar system. In Tao Te Ching chapter 2, Yin Yang is mentioned in such way. When people see things as beautiful, ugliness is created. When people see things as good, evil is created. Being and non-being produce each other. Difficult and easy complement each other. Long and short define each other. High and low oppose each other. Fore and aft follow each other. Medicinal application of Yin-Yang theory is followed till today's modern lifestyle. The interdependent relationship represents that each of the two aspects are the conditions for the other's existence, and either of them cannot exist in separation. Along with the universal balance, Yin-Yang has major influence in medicinal application. In an animal, back area represents the Yang, but abdomen and chest represent the Yin. Fluids or nutritional substances of our body belong to Yin, and metabolism or physiological functional activities in the body relates to Yang. Within the theory of Yin-Yang, they perform together, protecting the human body from pathological factors, which are bacteria, virus, and stress. From this state, 4 pathological changes of Yin-Yang cause illness and disease due to the imbalance. Those 4 pathological changes of Yin-Yang due to the excess or deficiency of energy are state of Yin excess, state of Yang excess, state of Yin deficiency, and state of Yang deficiency. The concept of Yin-Yang symbolizes the balance in own life. We should not lean towards extremes, nor should we live a life of avoidance. Always there should be moderation in our approach. In other terms, too much of even good things is a bad thing, because life takes both sugar and spice. Yin and Yang represent the universe and exist within everything in nature. Thank you for watching.